Lance here again with Brandel Consulting, inventory software expert since 2006. In this video, we're going to talk about ERP for SMB. And I'm going to take my glasses off so you can see me better. It's got kind of a glare on it, doesn't it? So ERP for SMB is often mislabeled, and that's why I want to talk about it here. So if you're searching for ERP for your small business or mid-sized business, you won't have a struggle finding what you're looking for. Okay, so first of all, I want to talk about the different categories. There's your true enterprise category. There's your robust inventory software category, your lightweight inventory software category, your ERP category, point of sale, and even sometimes 3PL software is mislabeled or miscategorized as ERP. So what should you look for if you're a small to mid-sized business? I would say if you're a mid-sized business, you're looking for true enterprise software. Your NetSuite, Odoo, Acumatica, Dynamics, Sage, right? These are more of on the smaller side. I've learned about a couple more at Scaling New Heights, a QuickBooks conference I went to last week. Gold ERP and Corbel. So some other ERP software programs that are for small to mid-size companies. So what is an enterprise software? An enterprise software, in its truest sense, is a software that does the accounting and the inventory management. It isn't just robust inventory management. It's accounting, inventory management, it's CRM. I think Odoo does a great job of displaying what ERP is. If you go to the Odoo website, you'll see they have it compartmentalized. You can actually pick and choose which modules to add. And that really draws a clear picture of what ERP truly is. It's all the software, right? Okay, so mid-sized companies, I think usually when we see someone needing a true enterprise software is when they're over the $40 million mark, if they're wholesale distribution or manufacturing company, or if you're an e-commerce company, if maybe you're over the $100 million to $200 million mark. You may start needing to look for a true ERP. One that doesn't connect to QuickBooks, one that does it all in and of themselves, like Acumatica, I may not have mentioned before. Acumatica is a great new ERP that's been out for a while. So what if you don't fit into that category? What if you're not over a $40 million wholesale distribution or manufacturing company, or you're not over 100 to 200 million a year if you're an e-commerce company? Then where should you look? Robust inventory software. Your robust inventory software is your Fishbowl, your manufacturing, Advanced Pro Tech, Order Time is a great one. Unleashed, Activate. Let's see, did I get them all? Nope, there's one more. Deer Systems, which is now called Sin7 Core. Those are your software programs I would say are robust inventory management software programs that are sometimes labeled as ERP, which I think is technically a mislabel, but I get it. There's kind of a nickname out there that ERP is sort of generally IMS, and I think I'm just trying to destroy that that culture. I'm trying to destroy that habit and say, okay, if you really want to find what you're looking for, let's think about the terminology that we're using. So lightweight IMS or lightweight inventory management software is your SOS inventory, Wherefore, Inflow, Katana. Now these might not be lightweight for much longer. Fishbowl Online is currently almost out of the lightweight category. I'd say midweight. These software programs are good if you're between the $1 million to $5 million range, right? Those are your lightweight IMS. The robust ones that I mentioned earlier, that's a good fit if you're somewhere between the $5 million to $20 million a year mark if you're wholesale distribution or manufacturing, or somewhere between the $50 to $100 million mark if you're e-commerce maybe, right? But really, e-commerce software, true e-commerce software, let's look at this. I've got some that are categorized as e-commerce, your SKU Vault, Finale, Sin7 Omni, Seller Cloud, and Skubana, which is now called Extensive. It's now called Extensive. So if you're an e-commerce company that needs to connect to EDI, trading partners, marketplaces, and lots of shopping carts, maybe you have multiple shopping cart integrations, and you're doing high volume fulfillment and maybe leveraging 3PLs for your fulfillment, then you should be looking for e-commerce software. And we're talking more about small businesses now, right? So robust inventory management software, lightweight inventory management software, and e-commerce software, those are mostly for what I would consider small businesses. And I'm categorizing a small business as someone doing somewhere between $1 million to $50 million a year. Or if you're e-commerce, 50 million to 100 million a year, okay? I'm categorizing mid-sized companies as someone doing between 50 to 200 million a year for wholesale distribution manufacturing, and maybe 200 to 500 million a year if you're e-commerce. Okay, so e-commerce software programs, they're there to handle high volume fulfillment. Okay, so I mentioned 3PL software. That's another one that gets categorized sometimes. I argue miscategorized, that 3PL software sometimes categorizes ERP. And I would say it's 3PL software. 3PL software is software where you're not necessarily managing your own inventory. Okay, you have the warehouse, you don't have the parts. You're managing someone else's parts. The reason this is different software is because it has different accounting. You're not necessarily purchasing goods, you're receiving someone else's goods, and your invoices aren't necessarily for the sell of the product. Your invoices are for the touching of the product, the rental of your shelves, and maybe the kitting of the products, right? So 3PL software has different accounting. It creates the invoices differently, even though it still tracks inventory in a warehouse. That's a common area. People don't realize that there's a difference between 3PL software and inventory management software. That's why I'm doing this video, to help clarify that there's differences here. There's differences between e-commerce software and inventory management software and 3PL software and ERP software. Then let's talk about point of sale software. This is another one that is sometimes just called inventory software, ERP software, but I like to categorize it separately so you know about it. You can find it easier, you know, your Lightspeed, your Shopify, QuickBooks point of sale, which is on its way out. So that's kind of a new hot topic until this recent month. We here at Brando Consulting didn't really consider doing point of sale until QuickBooks started sunsetting their point of sale. That's going to be something so I know there's some other inventory software programs that might be considered inventory software or maybe mislabeled as ERP, like your rental software, asset tracking software, construction software. We don't really get into that much here at Brando Consulting, so I'll just mention those lightly. But then there's one other one that I've heard people call ERP, and I just sort of cringe. It's what I would consider forecasting software. You may also call it purchasing software. This is software that helps you make important purchasing decisions or even manufacturing decisions. If you need to know what to buy, how much to buy, when to buy, what to manufacture, how much to manufacture. Now, this is something that is already in or should already be in a full-fledged enterprise software, your True ERP software. But forecasting, it can be complex with algorithms or even with AI. Some of your inventory software programs have simple purchasing tools that use reorder points. I'm not necessarily talking about that. I'm talking about when that becomes not enough, when that becomes inadequate. You need something more robust, something more complex for forecasting. For instance, take some industries that are more seasonal, and require reorder points to be adjusted frequently. Maybe reorder points are required to be adjusted so frequently it becomes painful to use reorder points. Okay, so instead of making purchasing decisions using min and max levels and safety stock and all that, we make purchasing decisions using high-tech forecasting software that plugs into an ERP or plugs into an inventory software program. So the software I'm talking about is NetStock, GMDH Streamline, Cogsy, Inventory Planner, Stock Trim, and ConverSite, a new and up-and-coming powerful tool that leverages AI as well. So hopefully this video was helpful. If you're searching for ERP, understand there might be more to it than that. You may be searching for inventory software, e-commerce software, point of sale software, light IMS software. There's even software that specializes in direct-to-store delivery, right? What's it called? DNS software, direct-to-store delivery. There's an acronym for it, but yeah, that might be its own category itself for companies that deliver to convenience stores and deliver to restaurants, right? Direct-to-store delivery is its own special thing. Some of these software programs that I mentioned do some of that, but one direct-to-store delivery software, LaceUp, is one we've done an implementation on, and there's a whole nother group of inventory software that just do direct-to-store delivery. So if you're in any of these categories, hopefully this video helps you start looking in the right direction. And of course, you need our help, feel free to reach out here at Brando Consulting. We help with assessment services to help companies find the right inventory software. If it's one that we specialize in, we'll help you set it up and teach you how to use it. If it's not one we specialize in, we will put you in touch with one of our partners, subcontractors that do. Good luck. God bless.